Let's get this out of the way. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to tear into this with no fear. What's the worst that can happen? I ruin everything and have to throw it away? Here's the deal. My Celestron CGX-L has been acting up. It's time for a hypertune. I got this mount used about a year ago. Since then, it's been either under a cover on my back porch or tracking the stars. Needless to say, it's been subject to some pretty harsh conditions. I started tearing into the mount a couple of days ago, and I have it in pieces. While I have been taking a lot of photos along the way, I figured why not make a video on the motor bushing replacement. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing, so if you follow along with me, you're doing so at your own risk. Here's the process. I'm going to disassemble this RA motor, clean all the old grease and prep it for new grease upon reassembly, replace the shaft bushings with new high-quality bearings. I am replacing the belt, which is why you saw me cut it before. This was pretty stuck. I had entirely too much trouble. I was thinking initially maybe something was gunked up around the shaft. Took a hammer, tried to see if I could loosen it. Turns out I just need to pry it off. For this locking ring for the worm gear, all we need is some needle nose pliers. For my first fail of the day, you're going to see me lose this little black piece that goes through that photoresistor transistor. So it was on there kind of tight. Just watch that this doesn't fall on the floor for you like it did for me. Carefully remove that worm gear. First, I'm going to check out this bearing, and this feels great. A bad one's going to not rotate well and feel like there's sand in it. I did have that problem in the declination motor. More cleaning. I had grease this once, and it got everywhere because I used way too much, so it was a mess. For what it's worth, this orange cloth is from a bicycle accessory company called Silka. They have a mild degreaser and work wonderfully. I typically use them to clean bicycle chains. Now all we need to do is remove the motor. Sorry about the focus issues. Like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. That includes trying to make videos. Here's the real test, and this is why we're replacing those bushings. You see that wobble in the shaft? That's not good. I've read in some posts that from the factory, these would tend to be a little bit over tightened, which could cause that. So here's the inside of the motor. First thing to note, 2 little washers in there, so you want to find those. We're going to pull this bushing out. This came out really easily, just a little bit of persuasion with a small screwdriver. I got a couple of ABEC7 bearings from McMaster Carr. These are open, they're not sealed. I don't think that's going to be a huge problem, so I'm not really worried about it. If it is, it's easy enough to take this apart. And you can see there, they really easily just push in, force at your thumbs. There's the second bushing we're going to replace with the flanged bearing. This one took a little bit of persuasion. Just trying to get it seated flush. At this point, some of you are probably yelling at me, and yes, I realized after filming, this is totally a mistake. I shouldn't be using this lube in here. I ordered some super lube, and I'm going to end up using that. But you know what? Live and learn. I'm going to have to take it apart, and that's okay. I learned something today. I'm trying hard not to overgrease this motor. This one wasn't too bad. The inside of the declination motor was absolutely caked full of grease, and some had started to solidify. One final check. Nice. There's almost no play in this. I am going to have to clean out the old grease, but I rebuilt this and I'm happy. And I learned something today. Thanks for watching.